What up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Mark, this is HSG. It's good to see you. Now, we've been having a rough week or two. Sorry I missed this past week's upload. Had a funeral to go to and then another passing of someone. It's just been crazy. Camera's not working. So we're using the phone. But we have made progress on the EF catch-up, and then we'll meet you back here in a second. Working on this engine bay. Based on the comments, nobody really wanted me to tuck the wires. And what I was actually referring to was just, the headlight wiring harness. But this is not going to be my car long term. So I'm just going to keep everything factory. So I've been replacing all the hardware with the Resto Tuner hardware, putting everything back. I'm kind of on hold at the moment because what I need to do now is put the stuff for the AC underneath the dash, put that through, and then run the AC lines. I have new O-rings for the AC lines. Once I run the AC lines, I can finish up with the engine bay and put everything back together. I've got one headlight in. I need to put the other in. I've just been working, trying to get this done. So we got a couple other things going on in the interior, so stick around. First up, I removed this doo-doo radio from 97 or something like that. Old school Sony radio. Resto Tuner actually remanufactures these radio bezels. Then I have a Honda block-off plate here. So I'm actually going to be putting this in. The car has a JDI, aka Jordan Distributors, Ghost Box. If you don't know what that is a Bluetooth radio, and it is hiding down there. If you want to hide your radio or just have something more modern, because it's just a Bluetooth connection, your phone does all the volume and everything like that. That's a great little option. It's 200 watts, so it's plenty of volume. Although this car only has 2 door speakers, which are absolutely destroyed. So I need to replace the door speakers themselves. You also notice I've got the clamshell off because we're going to be putting a push to start in for security, and the cluster hood is off as well, and that's just to access everything much easier. But the good news is, thanks to our friend Kyle Golding, we have a CRX-SI gauge cluster, so we will have a tach working. I was originally going to use the VTI one, but it's not in miles per hour, and the tach goes to 9.5, which sort of seems like a waste on this engine when one of these will work perfect. So it fits in, bolts in, plugs right up, and works. As well as our tires have shown up. We need to get those mounted. We're going to be getting those mounted and the wheels on this week. And another cool project, if you can tell what this is an EK side skirt. Down here I have an EK side skirt. I may be putting these on. The trick to these is you have to cut them off and then mount them on, but that's one of the things I've always kind of wanted to do to these cars, is put EK side skirts on it because it looks really good. Or I may actually save them for the DA. I'm not 100% sure right now. Just depends on how things progress, but we're gonna get busy wrapping a lot of this stuff up. Not much to this. This literally just goes in here like this. All right, that looks good. All right, everybody, as you can see, we've removed the steering wheel and the blinker stalks, directional stalks, whatever. We're going to be installing a JDI Ghost key. We're going to be putting the button the push to start button here in this location. So what that requires me to do is to remove the key cylinder. Now, one of the things that I suggest highly before you do anything is that you follow the wires backwards. Follow them, you grab them, you find them, you disconnect the one plug here that goes to here. And then there's another one that goes to the fuse box, and it unplugs. I'm going to remove this guy. Now, this is the hardest part of the whole install, in my opinion. If you notice, we have rivets here, and I've already started to knock one of them loose. What we do is we get a flathead screwdriver and a hammer, and if you knock it a few times, it will come loose. Now, some people will actually take a Dremel and cut a line in it so that you can do it, but this is actually faster. You can see I've already knocked it loose enough to, it's already loose. It's already spinning. Only took a second. Now I need to do the one on the bottom. Once we get that rolling, it's pretty easy. You can see it's not going to take much. All right. Key cylinder is successfully off. You only need to loosen it so far, and it will wiggle off. So as you can see, this is pretty straightforward from this point on. So what we're gonna do is place the button inside this hole. It'll go right there. The great thing about the EFs and the DAs is that the clamshell actually mounts to the column, as opposed to the newer Civics where the clamshell actually mounts to key cylinder itself. But there are other ways to secure the clamshell with zip ties and other things. We open up the box. What we're going to get is greeting card. We've got an extra button here, which I opted for, which is the red button, which I really like. There's the button and the extra wiring harness. This is the harness itself that we're going to replace these plugs with here. This is the button that it comes with stock. I could use this, but we're going to put this to the side. This is the antenna that is for the keys. They give us plenty of zip ties to mount it wherever. We've got keys here, extra spare keys that they gave us. They also gave us a sticky pad key, so you can put this on the back of your phone. This is the module here, which everything plugs into and controls. This actually gives you a key card that you can keep in your wallet, and 2 extra keys that are black if you can see them inside the packaging. Last but not least, section here, and if you notice it says stop, please watch our install guide video. This is the most important part to it, otherwise your car will not start without this. This attaches to the brake light switch and connects to the box, so the only time you can start your car is if you put your foot on the brake, and if it's a 5-speed, also the clutch. If you have a neutral safety switch, don't forget about pushing the clutch in, so make sure that this is a good connection, otherwise your car won't start. There's a bunch of install videos, especially I would direct you to jordandistributors.com install video. It's pretty straightforward. I'll walk you through once I'm done, but I'm just going to go ahead and knock it out because I've done this before. Alright, I'm going to explain this real quick. So here's the button. We have it mounted. Here's the control box. It's just hanging as of right now. I have everything plugged up. We have a plug here. We have a plug into the fuse box. Okay, and then we have an antenna that scans your key. And then for everybody's fun and enjoyment, you're going to follow this orange wire up to the brake switch. Yeah, and it's going to attach to the green and white wire. At least that's what it is on my vehicle. So if it does not get a brake signal, it won't start. Just keep that in mind. And other models do not match your model, so make sure you pick the specific year and model of your car. Don't have an Accord and buy one for a CRX, okay? All right, now we're going to try this out. Before we stuff everything up and zip tie it out of the way, we're going to scan the key and see if this bad boy starts up. We're going to start that. Got my keys here. When I swipe them over the antenna, you should hear a double beep. Double beep. That means the system is now on. Now I have to step on the brake. Now you see it lights up. Now because this car is a manual, I need to push the clutch, hit the button one time. Okay, well, I tried. There we go. It's working. So, now, I can hit the button all day long, nothing's gonna happen, but when it's time to cut the car off, I hit the brake pedal, the button, and it turns off. And after 30 seconds it will beep once by itself, turning itself off. If we don't want to wait that long, and we want the assurance that it will turn off, we just swipe and you get one beep and we're good to go. Our dip switches that change cranking times, turn on and off times, and other options that if you read in the owner's manual, you can find all about it. So make sure you read the owner's manual. Okay, now I've got the stalks and the clamshell all buttoned up. You can see that it's nice and tight. It's not moving, going anywhere. Now before I kind of bundle all this stuff up, there is one thing left to do. If anybody knows about EFs and old school Hondas, the main relay is a sore subject and a bit of a problem. So what we're going to do is disconnect this big bad boy, which is an expensive part, but in reality it's not a complicated part. So people have been making conversion harnesses for years, and sure enough we're going to be using a JDI main relay conversion. And what's really great about these, it also comes with a kill switch, so it gives you a level of security, a little bit, you know. And the other thing is that if this relay goes bad, you can find them in the auto parts store, and they're much cheaper. They're a whole lot cheaper. So what we do is we simply plug this in, mount it up, tuck it away, and we're good to go. Now, what's great about this is that if you don't want to run the kill switch, which is included, you don't have to run the kill switch. If you don't want to run the kill switch, you just leave these two wires attached. As you can tell, there's a blade connector here. To put the kill switch in, you simply just disconnect these two. Easy plug and play. They give you a lot of length on the kill switch, so you can hide it wherever you need. All right, simply plug it in. That's what it's gonna look like. Simply plug and play. You want to verify that this thing is good and works before you use the kill switch. I highly suggest doing that, just for peace of mind. And what we're going to do is, all right, we're going to take our key, swipe it. Hear the double beep. Verify that this thing starts up. And we're good. So now we can hook up the kill switch. And then once you do that, make sure you start it up. Verify that the kill switch is working on and off. And then hide it. I'm not going to show you guys me hooking it up or where I'm going to hide it, because that'll be for the new owner. Okay, so we're going to be swapping clusters. Obviously, this is the DX cluster, and this is a CRX SI / Civic SI cluster. What's great about this one? Well, it has a tach and it's plug and play. Okay, so we've got the cluster in here, and I just turned all the lights off, closed the garage door. Can't really see much, but what I did was I confirmed all the bulbs are working. So what I'll do is kind of get you in there and look. Okay. All the bulbs are working. What we're now going to do is go ahead and put all the hood and everything else in. Gucci taters. It's getting exciting. Okay, now would you just look at that. We've got all the screws in the cluster housing. This big, huge steering wheel, I'm gonna go ahead and let you know, it's not staying. So this is gonna change. We just need a steering wheel for now so we can move the car around. I need to get all of this stuff taken care of, put in so I can finish the engine bay. You know, at this point we can move the car. Everything's all done. Put away underneath, nice and tucked. All right, I'm getting it done. I've got everything underneath here. Can't really see it, but it's all there. Pretty much the interior's back together except for the center console piece. All right, so we've been working on this engine bay yesterday and today. As you can tell, I've got the headlights and corners in, and the bumper garnish in. It's looking good. I've got this air box on. However, I'm gonna be pulling that off here in a second. So the last thing that we need to do is get the AC lines in place. And I just picked up a receiver dryer for this thing. Anytime you deal with the AC, you always want to replace this thing. And the other one, I'll show you, the other one looks dunzo anyway. So what I'm going to do is pull this air box off, pull the battery out. I've got the lines, or the evaporator, everything underneath the dash put back in, running all the lines, putting the fans back in, just finishing up this engine bay. I am going to redo the valve cover. What else? I've got the wiper motor back in. I need to put the wipers on. I'm still going to redo the underside of the hood, but I've got to order more paint. People were asking. I mean, I just Googled Spartan paints. See where I got this from? It was off of eBay. I just typed in, you know, the color code Tahitian green pearl on eBay, and it came up. Also, let me show you guys another thing. So I was going through the Resto Tuner decals that they sent me, and it's amazing. I've got the fuse box one, which I definitely need, and the air box sticker, the timing belt sticker, air conditioning sticker, a bunch of the stuff on the interior that you need, as well as these cool stickers of Tahitian green, white, and red SI EF hatches, and even the paint code sticker, which is really awesome. So I'm going to be getting those into place. the AC line. We're starting with both AC lines. I'm disconnecting everything, and I'm gonna put all new O-rings on it. You can get them from the auto parts store for like $7. It's a tedious process. It's kind of boring to watch. The engine bay is, I guess, officially completed. We need to get a piece for the hose here to, you know, match up to the sprayers. Need to tighten up the AC belt. Other than that, everything's Gucci. Put the front bumper on. We installed the new dryer. Nice sexy hardware. The sprayer, clean the wires, airbox, everything's good to go, I believe. Everything's pulled off of the header so nothing's gonna touch or burn or light on fire. Okay, we're in this bad boy. I just completely didn't film and skipped right to going around the parking lot. So the cluster seems to be working. No check engine lights. Shifting through all the gears and all that stuff. Everything's done underneath the hood, which you should have seen by now. If not, we'll show you again. Everything's sounding good, idling good. Gonna get some wheels and tires on this thing. Got everything all together, ran this thing, started it up, drove around the block. Everything's good to go. I actually have here some AC stuff. Now, I don't recommend using this, but I need to know if the compressor is good. I need to know if the compressor is good. I need to know if the system is good just generally. You know, if there's any leaks in, say, any major parts. So have, you know, replace the dryer. If the AC compressor cuts on and it starts to blow cool, we know that it's working. I'm not gonna run it. I'm gonna take it immediately to Jet Performance, to Tony, and then we're gonna vacuum it and then you know, fully charge it properly. Using these cans is not really ideal, especially when you haven't vacuumed the system. But I just want to see if everything's working the way that it should. It's not going to blow perfectly cold or anything like that. But it should just turn on and, you know, cycle the system, make sure the fans work and the compressor works. So that's what I'm about to do. Not working, it's coming out somewhere. Well, we found the problem. It's leaking right there out of the high pressure line where that little slice is. So we need these two lines. Well, so we need a new high pressure line, which isn't that bad. It's not that big of a deal. It's just more time. No big deal. So that's that. No AC for today. We're gonna have to replace that line. That's kind of why I'm glad that I did this first, because now I know. I didn't drive all the way out to the shop, vacuum it, or try to vacuum it and waste my time and gas and all that stuff. Finally, we've got our Rotoslip Streams 15x7 plus 40 with some 205 5015 Nitto Neogen tires. The reason why I went with these is because these are actually pretty good sticky tires and they're really good in the rain and the weather. So I wanted to, you know, less of an aggressive tire, and these last a long while. So we're gonna go ahead and get them onto the car. So we're gonna jack this bad boy up and throw them on the car and see how she looks. I'm already anticipating fire, so we're gonna get started here. Okay, boys. Woo! She a whole brand new car now. My assistant is over here Torquing the wheels. Let's hear that. We torquing wheels. We use a torque wrench for wheels. You already know what this is going to be, but ooh, I want to keep this car now, boy. I'm not selling it. I ain't selling it, man. I ain't selling it. Oh my god. She's dirty. She needs a good wash, but there you go. Can we Gucci? Bruh. We got the Ricey Boy lug nuts. I mean, I was like, why not? You know what I mean? Why not? It looks right, son. So, just FYI, I've got more parts and things for this coming. So, the rear seat, not staying. Front seats, not staying. Steering wheel, not staying. God, man. This thing is just hard in the yard. We're going to fire this up. We're going to move everything out of the way and pull it out and get a good look outside of it. Let's go, baby boo. Woo! Leave it right there. Dang it, boy. She hard in the yard. This thing's filthy, but it still looks pretty amazing. Yeah, we gotta do some interior tweaks, but I hit the brake calipers with some Quicksilver paint just because they're super nasty and rusty. But we're gonna be replacing those anyway with some big boy Type R brakes. Oh my god, dude. Hard in the yard.
Those wheels are nice.
They work on this car with this color.
No.
My assistant here is going to drive it and get some little rolling perspective here. Golly. You good? You good? You good? All right, cut the wheel. There you go. I don't know what you guys think. Some side skirts? Yeah, so the exhaust is pretty not the best, but who cares? You know, it's just a little rice bucket. You know what I mean? Bucket status 101. Man, this thing looks good. Golly. Yeah, look at that thing, boy. I know a lot of people have kind of mentioned, you know, blackening out the molding, but it just looks so good all one solid color, you know? Really? Perfect. Good Lord, that looks good. Sitting right. I'm sure it rides nice because it's on function form type 2. Suspension, rotor slips 15x7 plus 40, 205 5015 Neo Nitrogen tires. Looks so good. I really wish you might do a different lip or find a Volvo lip that sits a little lower. But damn, this looks good. And I kind of want to throw on the EK side skirts. But again, you know, a lot of interior mods are coming, so we're going to be dealing with that. Damn. Come on back. Let me fix that reverse light. Come on back, baby. All right, you good? So the valve cover is looking amazing. We're gonna take this thing for a quick little ride and show you guys, get some rolling shots, and that'll be it. Definitely got some more work to do on this thing, but for now it is just looking phenomenal. We washed it last night and looking good. Then we need to get the AC fixed, place the lines. Thanks to CRX Seth for the Civic decal on the rear. Thank you guys for watching the video. This is where I'm gonna wrap it up. Shout out to the sponsors of the video, Jordan Distributors, aka JDI. If you're looking for a push start, ghost box, ghost lock, or even the main relay conversion, go hit them up at jordandistributors.com. Shout out to also to Resto Tuner. We've got the classic Hondas on the Dragon event coming up October 8th and 9th. We're just a few days away. See you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for all the support. Keep on watching, keep on clicking like, share the video, help a brother out. See you in the next one. Peace.